What's up, guys? Sub-Zero here, back for another VOD review today. Another YBY1 VOD review because he's a beast. You gotta watch YBY1 when he plays TFT ever. It's just always a masterclass. Honestly, I feel like this guy is just always doing stuff that he's always at the cutting edge of the meta. You know, if there is a new comp that people are kind of like learning how to play around, anything like that, he is always so good at it. And today is a perfect example of that. This is a line that I think has gotten a little bit more popular recently, but I still think is very, very under the radar. And YBY1 just, he piloted it perfectly as he always does because he's YBY1. So start off with a Nitro opener. I would say Nitro these days, it's just kind of not very good. They did the kind of rework where they made it quote-unquote better for reroll and worse for fast 8, fast 9 type stuff, but all that really did is just make it suck, I think, for both. You know, you don't really want to reroll it. You don't really want to use it for the tempo Nitro like we used to do earlier in the set. And actually, I do want to see when he hovers over the thingy there because it didn't show up at the start in the portal thingy. When are we getting our augment? Stage 5. Oh. That's weird. Okay. I assume this says Stage 5. In any case, first dog here. Rapidfire +1, Starry Night, and the duplicators. You know, there's a lot of lines you could go from this spot. I think a lot of people would be very tempted to take something like, Starry Night. You have a Gwinsu here, play Twisted Fate, bada bing, bada boom, GG's. I don't know if I love Starry Night as much in that line, just because you're often, like, the units that you really care about are 3 costs. So, you know, you could do a similar thing. You could take, like, the duplicators augment. It's kind of awkward here, but YBY1 doesn't want either of those, rolls both, but he honestly barely even looks at them and just grabs Rapidfire +1 immediately, and we're going to slam it onto Nidalee here, which is, it's just sick, and he's even hovering the Gwinsu slam, you know, thinking about potentially making it if he needs to. So this is going to be a Rapidfire +1 game, and this is what I'm talking about as far as just, this is a line that I don't think a lot of people are, keeping in their mind. Honestly, I'm going to go pull up some tier lists, actually. Spencer has an augment tier list on Meta TFT, Rapidfire. Yeah, and he puts Rapidfire, Crest, and Rapidfire Crown in C tier. And then I'm also going to pull up TFT Academy's augment tier list and see where he has Rapidfire. He has Rapidfire Crown, actually, Crest in A tier. So dish soap, kind of there, but he has Rapidfire Crown and B tier. You know, he at least has it in A tier, so maybe Dish Soap is a nowhere on this line, I will say, because this is, we're going to play around Rapidfire +1 now. I think you might say, is this going to be super woke? Is this going to be, a Rapidfire Nidalee reroll game? We have 3 Nidalees already, so we could play for Nidalee through with the Rapidfire. She is actually doing insane work just because she is, getting a ton of value out of that extra range from the Rapidfire emblem. And the answer to that is, we'll see. We'll see what Mr. YBY wants to do with this game. But for now, we have a great item holder in the Rapidfire Nidalee. We have the Gwinsu Slam, which is fantastic. And we're kind of chilling for the rest of our early game here. We did actually even sell the Shyvana pair here, which probably shows a little bit of YBY1's hand to say that we're not actually going to play like a Nitro reroll angle, because, if you were, you'd probably want to hold on to the Shyvana. But look at this Nidalee go with the Gwinsu with the Rapidfire emblem. My God, 4K damage from a 2-star 1 cost. Just probably, has to be the single best Rapidfire emblem holder for the early game. And just the fact that we had Nidalee 2, the fact that even YBY1, he held on to the Nidalee 2, played for it, and then actually, is getting the full benefit of it, is just really, really sick here. He throws Renekton into Team Planner, which maybe is a sign of things to come. We'll see here. We make the Protector's Vow immediately. That's what we grabbed off Carousel. The idea being, if we're taking Rapidfire +1, we almost have to play around Sejuani later. It's just so easy to play around Sejuani when you're playing Zeri, and then, get the other Exotech units into the board. And yeah, he actually kind of here is showing his hand as far as, team plannering what he wants to play on, which is a 6 Rapidfire board. Actually, interestingly enough, he's not even playing Jax on this board. He's playing Mordekaiser plus Gragas just for the Divinicore and then Bruiser, and then obviously that's the way we're going to get to 3 Exo, because we're just fitting Bastion in with Renekton, which is a cool idea. And the dream is that we're going to get Rapidfire Emblem onto Renekton. This Renekton unit, he is an auto attacker, but a melee carry, and so if you guys remember a unit like Nocturne from last set that, you know, anytime you get range extender on him, you would be very, very excited to do that. That is, Renekton is, you know, the rebirth of the Nocturne this set, though he's a 5 cost, which obviously makes things more difficult. You know, Nocturne, you could just say, okay, I have, you know, some rage extender, I'm just going to hard force Nocturne reroll. Can't really do that with Renekton. You can't say that you're going to hard force a 5 cost, so we have to play a good enough early game to get there. The upside, though, is that this Nidalee has provided us with that good early game. The downside is actually we're losing a few of these fights. We don't have great frontline, and YBY1 has just prioritized econ these last couple of fights. I think because he's just not that confident in his board without any kind of 2-star frontline and a Gwinsu's Rage Blade, which requires a strong upgraded frontline to actually like get to fight wins. He's just going to say, you know what, I'm just going to sit here and not level. I'm going to take those 2 losses, and it's fine. You know, we'll live without getting our win streak. Ideally, we end up getting this Shyvana too, which he did actually kind of get punished for selling the Shiv pair, though. I mean, I still think it was probably correct, just because, you know, making gold is never bad in TFT. Get a full Warmogs here, which is another fantastic slam for YBY1. I mean, when you are playing around Bastion units like this, building HP on them, always good. You want to get stats in general in TFT that you don't have. We have a bunch of Armor Namar on our Bastion, which is going to be Sejuani, so we want HP to scale up that Armor Namar. Each point of HP is better with more Armor Namar, so in general, that's what you want to do in TFT, is just multiply your stats onto each other. You know, 5 times 5 is way better than 5 plus 5. So we win this fight. We are actually holding on to this Galio as another Bastion, and we also see this guy here. I mean, wow, I'm actually... This was kind of crazy. Looking at these augments, a few thoughts. I mean, one, I don't actually think Ascension makes any sense here. You know, you might think with Gwinsu's Rage Blade, Ascension, you go crazy. But oftentimes when you have Gwinsu and when you have the ability to always win a fight if it goes late, you don't actually want Ascension. You want kind of the reverse of Ascension. You want to guarantee that your fight's going to go late. And so Ascension kind of is the opposite of that. It gives you a fight win when your fights go late, but you're already going to win fights when it goes late because you have Gwinsu. I was thinking more of like a Spirit Lynx because, I mean, that gives you the tankiness that allows your fights to go late. But I think his thought is that, I mean, his frontline is actually not going to be that tanky because he's going to be playing 6 rapid fire. So he actually probably wants to play for slightly faster fights. And yeah, I mean, replication is crazy to me. A 3-2 replication is just not what I expected to see him take. I mean, I think this augment is okay. At 3-2, I almost never take replication here. I think he was hoping for, I mean, this is a bow, and then that's red buff plus some more attack speed items. I don't know. I was going to say I was thinking he was hoping for like a belt or something and just go for like Warmogs and have a ton of frontline. But I mean, I honestly don't know what he was hoping for here. Because I mean, this is fine. This is going to be, you know, it can be red buff and then another attack speed item, Gwinsu or something like that. Gives you the heal cut. You know, maybe a red buff plus, I mean, LW eventually. Though it's going to be kind of awkward onto a unit like the Zeri. I don't know where we're going to go from here. I'm curious to see what we do with these replication because it's very strange to me, honestly. But okay, win that fight at least. We're at 50 gold here, so we're not broke, but we're not super rich in this spot. We do really need to preserve our streak if we want to be at a place where we are not going to be broke, essentially. Also, YBY1 is really hoping that he hits this 4 Rapid Fire or 4 Bastion. You know, he's holding on to the Kog'Maw and the Jax here to say, hey, I could play either, but he's not hitting either one, so he actually has to play this kind of artificially weak board. Upside is this Nidalee is just a monster, so we do win this fight, get back to a 3 streak, and okay, we're back into a spot where at least we have something here, and at least we have the AMP on this board. Like the AMP being added is actually really, really sick for the Nidalee. All right, carousel-wise, he does spot a Zeri with a sword, which would be really nice, and we do actually get it. Wow. I mean, this kind of solves all of our questions. We can make GS for the Zeri and just go Gwinsu red buff GS. I wonder if we are immediately going to move items over to the Zeri, saying Zeri 1 is a better holder than this Nidalee. I wouldn't be surprised, but we'll see. I also didn't see what our Exotech item was, so I'm curious. Looks like his idea is that no, it's not better. We're just gonna play 4 rapid fire, and yeah, the Nidalee is going to be better than the Zeri here. I mean, the Zeri unit does think a little bit, so I'm not completely shocked, but I'm a little surprised. It's kind of interesting. Oh, it's Pulse Stabilizer. I mean, that's not bad. So that's probably part of the reason as well why he doesn't want to move items over, is just because we're going to only need to move 2 items over. So if we move all 3 over, things become quite awkward. And if we move 1 over, it's still pretty awkward. We can at least level here and get Cypher in for 1 round. This is kind of woke cheer, but I mean, I guess there's not much else to play. So we're going to play the 1-turn Cypher here and get the world's smallest cash out. But the other nice thing is that Nidalee is a fantastic red buff holder because she's hitting multiple targets every single time she casts and spreading that red buff around. So, that's something that Zeri, kind of does with the clones, but the clones do apply red buff. Honestly, I don't know. Can somebody fact check me in the comments? Do the clones apply Zeri red buff? 1 gold cash out for YBY1. It's actually beautiful. They don't do stuff like Renan's bolts, I'm pretty sure. They actually, the more that I think about it, I'm pretty sure they do not apply red buff. So yeah, that's why. Nidalee is just doing a much better job of applying this red buff than our Zeri will be. But all right, continuing to chill here. We also never picked up we never picked up TF, so we're actually missing a final rapid fire unit here. But hopefully we will find him soon. Item wise here, so we have heal cut made already. You'd love to get to armor shred at some point, which could come out of one of these gloves. Don't know what we're gonna do with this rod, all things considered. I was thinking maybe finish out redemption as it. Honestly, reforge rod I wouldn't be that upset about, but redemption's it's a mana item and it's a tankiness item, and it scales pretty well with armor and MR. So redemption, reforge rod here, go for LW, and then like some kind of other. At this point, you want to finish out. You want to finish out your Sejuani items, and then you want to start building towards Renekton items. And so I think like Gwinsu plus GS potentially on Zeri. I don't know where red buff's going to go, actually. Maybe Renekton, rapid fire red buff Renekton, and then like glove item LW or something. We'll see what we want to do here. We make guard breaker here, so not really caring all about getting, because how do we get to a last tank item here? I'm actually kind of curious. We don't have another tank item coming here, so yeah. And okay, these are just going to be our items for now. And also, these Zeri items are mighty suspicious. Like it's attack speed. You get attack speed from all these items, so we're gonna get it there. But it just feels so crazy to me not to have a Gwinsu's Rage Blade on Zeri. But YBY1 saying we don't need it, and the Guard Breaker. That's another one where actually I have no clue how it interacts with Guard Breaker. Do the Zeri clones proc Guard Breaker? Because if it works the way a lot of the other items work, I would assume no. But Guard Breaker's a weird one. All right, probably not gonna be Final Ascension, probably not going to be this. I don't actually mind bunch of belts here. Ooh, we do get this one that gives you a bunch of AD and AP. This seems really good. I don't think we can really afford to take this. Yeah, I like this a lot. Bunch of AD and AP here, and we are gonna go 8 here, and now just roll down to try to hit our board here. We find an Urgot, okay, kind of woke cheer, and we are going to, ooh, what? Oh my God. We reforged Gwinsu's in this comp. It makes a lot of sense, actually. Like, remember this is what we were talking about earlier. Honestly, I'm down to pull up Explorer here for a second. 6, Rapid Fire, and then like throw Zeri in here. I actually want to look. Yeah, look at the delta. It's horrible. And that was the thinking. The entire reason he didn't throw the Gwinsu's on there is Gwinsu's is not a good item when you're playing 6 Rapid Fire, because these fights are you're not playing a big enough front line. This is such a cool idea that we actually slammed Gwinsu's for the early game, but we're going to full reforge Gwinsu's here. Now we get a JG, which is a little suspect. We're probably gonna have to reforge that again. We reforge it. We reforge it and it turns back into Gwinsu's. So unfortunate for YBY1, but a really good idea, really smart to. This is what TFT is all about. Just understanding how items and things like this change contextually based upon your spot. We're just going to split here because we're actually in a pretty good spot econ wise, and so we want to die other people. Pick up a Zac here. Yeah, we can potentially. Well, we're really just getting bloblets right now. Picking up stuff like TF2 is crazy to me. What we really wanted here was the Sejuani 2. That was the dream here, is that on Sej 2 we're stable here, but we didn't hit it, so now our spot's actually looking very sus. But yeah, I love the idea to say Gwinsu's is not going to be good in this comp because you need to play for quick fights. We don't have much frontline, so the fight is either going to be over in the first 15 seconds. We're either going to win or lose this fight basically in the first 15 seconds. So why would you ever build a Gwinsu's Rage Blade? You build it for tempo and then you get rid of it later. It's such a smart idea from YBY1. It just shows why he's the GOAT, man. And this is what TFT is all about, is like understanding these conditional things, like understanding. And I don't know if he checked the stats or if he just like knew. I mean, it's YBY1, so he probably just knew that. I mean, yeah, why would I want Guinsoo's in this comp? Like, thinking about the win condition for 6 rapid fire, you're gonna have very little frontline, and what you need to do is just blow up the enemy board with your 6 rapid fire damage. So makes a lot of sense. Find Zeri 2 finally, and I think this is going to be the cue for YBY1 to stop here and just say, okay, hopefully this board's enough for now. It is still highly suspect from a frontline perspective. We are frontlining Draven and Kindred here, mostly just so that they don't steal the calculated enhancement value, but also because we need a little bit of artificial frontline here. But the hope is that Sejuani's stun, if it's on the right side, will buy enough time, and by the time they come out of our Sejuani stun, the fight will be over. So hopefully that's what ends up happening here. I mean, we'll see. Also, okay, maybe I'm just losing my mind. Okay, I am losing my mind. Oh, okay, this number just rolled up. I thought YBY1 gained LP in the middle of this game, and the other crazy thing is this isn't even his NA account, which he's playing on in this. This is his Vietnamese account, and I was like, is someone else playing on YBY1's account? The new a TFT scandal that we could break right here in the middle of a Sub-Zero Arc video. But no, I mean, yeah, that's just how his tracker looks, which, I mean, it's a pretty cool tracker. All right, so I mean, at this point, we are kind of coasting to 9. 76 HP is very nice, just showing off the power of 6 rapid fire. And we still have not found the Crocodilo at this point. Once we find him, we are really going to be in a nice spot here. So just waiting for him to appear here. We also rotate into a Street Demon board. Man, this comp's so contested. This guy has 0 brands, right? They're just Street Demon without a brand. I mean, it's just so sad watching that board try to do stuff without a brand. And they're stuck level 8 as well. Oh my God, that spot. I mean, that is just a tragic spot. That is, I mean, I'm starting to become, I was, as I talked about, I was in call with the Demasian Raptor yesterday talking about just TFT stuff. And he was talking about how much he hates the Street Demon comp because it's like, it's a good comp, but it's so contested relative to how good that it is that it actually is kind of a bad comp just because, like, you know, it would be a good comp if you could play it from like one-way contest, but you can't, it doesn't exist. So yeah. Ooh, more AD on this board. There is also little buddies. I would be tempted for little buddies here, but nope, or not little buddies, but we did actually roll into little buddies now, which is probably, I mean, it's got to be the take, right? Aren't there so many 1 costs on our board? I mean, he might just think the AD is better. I'm actually really curious to see here. I feel like little buddies is too good to pass up here. Wow, yeah, no, he's going to pass it up. He's going to say, because like my thought is we're always going to play 3 little buddies, the 3 rapid fires, and we're playing a 4th one right now, which is probably going to come out later. But no, he says AD is too valuable on these units with insane amounts of attack speed, right? Exactly what we were talking about earlier in the game, and as I yap about this in basically every VOD I ever do, you always want in TFT to have stats that you don't already have, and that's what we're going for here. Looking at the Gunblade here, Pulse Stabilizer moving up here to Jax. It's a bit so woke. It's like coming back around to like what is going on here. I mean, I thought the idea was we were gonna Pulse Stabilizer for bulk or for implants value. But that doesn't, we still ended up just making a Warmogs here. I mean, I guess his thought is that Pulse Stabilizer, once again, like it plays for a bit of a longer fight. You have to get multiple autos off for it really to be doing anything. And by the time we get those multiple autos off, the fight might already be over. So he's actually going to move it up there. I mean, it's a bit crazy to me. I feel like you would, I mean, even if you were going to do this, I would just like move one of these items over to Draven and then move Pulse Stabilizer down to Zeri. You know, it could be triple item Draven here, but I mean, it's YBY1, so we can't be wrong. So, I mean, Pulse Stabilizer your Draven, it's broken. All right, this is, ooh, pretty good loss for YBY1, all things considered. We've made it to 9, essentially, at this point. We just need to push the level here. And, I mean, 52 HP, if he's really confident, he could actually just not even, he could sack 2 and level. There is also Renekton on Carousel. The redemption is, I mean, you probably, wow, I was going to say you have to take this. And he says, no, who cares? We're just going to grab the IE here to get a final damage item in this position. I mean, watching YBY1 is so fun, man. Like, he just always, I mean, there's our Crocodilo. So we can pick this up here, move some of these items. We're going to move the IE. Oh, this was the idea, is that we were really hoping to get IE onto I mean, it's another idea of just playing for very front-loaded damage, right? And the Gunblade also, the idea was that he wanted Renekton to eat a unit with a lot of AD. I guess our highest AD here is Zeri. That's kind of surprising to me. But now we can see the Crocodile pop off here. 7.7k from a Renekton 1 there, by the way. And also, wait a minute. Now we have 6 Zeris. We're actually in a world where we might hit Zeri. I mean, if we had Zeri 3 and have this Bombadillo Crocodile, how does it go to somebody? I know Setsuko says it all the time. Is it Bombadillo Crocodilo? If we can get that plus Zeri 3, I mean, YBY1's the GOAT, but the Crocodile is popping off here. This is our build, IE plus Guinsoo. I'm honestly down to throw in Renekton plus Rapidfire Emblem into stats checker here, just to see what items the stats say. Yeah, and the stats actually don't love Guinsoo that much for, aforementioned reasons. They don't even like IE that much, actually. I think the stats say QSS Hodge, it says, is best, which seems odd to me. QSS BT. It's saying actually these almost like frontline items. I don't really understand it. Now we have a lot of Sejuanis, but I don't really know if I believe in the Sejuani 3 from this spot. But okay, we move some items around. Okay, so now we are going to swap. Wow. Huh. That's shocking to me. We actually swapped the Guinsoo over to Draven and said we're actually going to 2-item the Renekton here. Even though the Renekton was doing like the most damage on our board, it's actually quite surprising to me that we moved items over to Draven here. I don't really get it, to be honest. I feel like I'd rather have a triple item Renekton than a triple item Draven, especially because like we're going to hit triple item Renekton eventually, but I think his thought process is like right now this is better, and then once we hit Renekton 2 we can move items over. I guess that has to be the idea, but crazy. All right. Really just need to make sure our Sejuani is on the correct side, but it's kind of funny. He doesn't want a full like left, like 2 from the corner, the Sejuani, like you would traditionally do to try to get a stun on the corner. I think because he's afraid of just his right side being too vulnerable here. Also, YBY1, can you stop doing the like flicker thing like every 2 seconds? Like it actually is so bad for viewer experience. We do hit another Sedge 2 here, which still, I mean, would you ever just cut the Mordekaiser completely here, say, who really cares about the Pulse Stabilizer, and play double Sedge? I mean, maybe. We'll see here. We do rotate into, what a crazy board. This is 1-cost reroll with it was a 4-star Mundo they got from their Moonlight Augment. He's looking at Edge of Night. Wow. And yeah, I mean, just going along with those ideas of, yeah, I mean, Edge of Night looks fantastic in the stats, but wait a minute. This guy just FF'd. This guy just said the second you got Edge of Night, the fight, I'm never going to win. Oh, it was a 4-star, that dude. I mean, a little bit anticlimactic. I'm not really sure why that guy FF'd, because I thought the game was kind of playable. But I mean, maybe his thought is like with Edge of Night, the Renekton is just going to completely destroy us, and they know that they can't actually cap high enough here. Yeah, well, that's a pretty strange end to the VOD, I will say. But was really showing off the power of this this setup here. I mean, he wasn't even like, it's not like he was close to Zeri 3. I don't know. I think my answer in this spot is I don't know why the guy did that, but I mean, a dub's a dub for YBY1. Little shifting momentum never hurt anybody. Well, either way, hope you guys. I mean, he must have thought that once YBY1 grabs the Edge of Night, he's going to lose this game, and also he has to roll the Alistar every time to win, I guess is the whatever. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Twitch and Medify. I'll put the links down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks always for watching.